There are places in the world where time seems to move more slowly. Places where the morning begins, not with traffic, but with birdsong. Where the food on your table has a story. And where the forest is still the oldest pharmacy on earth. This is one of those places. This is Sally's farm. Long before she became a successful restaurant owner. Long before thousands of customers came to know her for her cooking. Sally was simply a little girl growing up in a remote village in northern Thailand. One of 9 children. There was no luxury, no convenience, only family, hard work, and nature. Every morning before school, every afternoon after returning home, the forest became her classroom. She learned where the wild mushrooms appeared after the rain, which bamboo shoots were ready to harvest, which herbs soothed a fever, which leaves belonged in the cooking pot, and which should never be touched. Nobody called it education. It was simply life. Years passed, like millions before her. Sally left the countryside in search of opportunity. The city welcomed her with noise, heat, smoke, and endless hours inside a busy restaurant kitchen. For 7 years, she worked harder than she had ever imagined. She watched, she listened, she learned. Eventually, she opened a small restaurant of her own. Customers followed her, not because of expensive ingredients, not because of fashionable recipes, but because every meal carried something impossible to measure. Care, kindness, respect, love. When people asked her, "What is your secret?" she always smiled. Fresh ingredients and an unlimited amount of love. But some journeys eventually lead us back home. When Sally inherited her family's farmland, she returned, not to escape the modern world, but to reconnect with something older, something deeper. Inspired by the vision of Thailand's beloved King Rama IX, who believed that true prosperity begins with living in harmony with nature, Sally began building something extraordinary. Not simply a farm, a living classroom. A place where ducks wander freely, where fruit trees grow beside vegetables, where ancient traditions still survive, and where every season teaches something new. Today, scientists continue to study many of the same plants that Sally first learned about as a child. Some of what her grandparents believed has now been confirmed by modern research. Some questions remain unanswered, and perhaps that is exactly as it should be, because curiosity has always been the beginning of discovery. This is not simply a course, it is not only a cookbook, nor is it just another collection of health advice. It is an invitation to slow down, to rediscover the wisdom hidden in nature, to understand where real food comes from, to explore traditional Thai recipes, medicinal herbs, wild edible plants, modern nutritional science, and the timeless lessons that generations quietly passed from one heart to another. Whether you live in the middle of a city or surrounded by forests, nature has never stopped speaking. Perhaps we have simply forgotten how to listen. Welcome to Sally's farm.